Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel, welcome to 2024, and welcome to Randy Cycles. I am the old guy, and I am super excited today to take out the 2024 CFMoto 450. This bike came out last year. I was really hoping to try the 2023, didn't get a chance to because they sold out so fast. But the second that I saw Randy Cycle had one, instantly jumped in the truck, drove out here and talked to Randy and got hooked up with this one. I will say this, one of the coolest things about this bike is the styling. The fact that it's a 449cc parallel twin and they've incorporated winglets, which again isn't really going to do a whole lot as far as the capability of the bike, but it does add a nice styling feature to it, and I really do like the styling. This has a full LED light package. You have LED front, LED turn signals, LED rear. We have a 449cc parallel twin engine, 270-degree crank, claiming 50 brake horsepower, 28.8 foot-pounds of torque. And I've ridden the 450 NK, so I have ridden a bike with this engine, and I gotta tell you, I love the way it sounds, and we'll get to that here in a minute. Up front, we have a non-adjustable inverted telescopic fork connecting to Brembo brakes and a 320 millimeter disc running on a 110/70/17 front tire. The back section of the bike with these little cuts in the fairing. Not going to do a whole lot, but it's a styling choice. It's a look, and I really do like the way it looked. This back seat is hard as hell, and I would not want to put anyone on it. So me personally, I would just take that out and get the cowl cover for the back, which is a CFMoto accessory. In the back, we have a 150/60/17 running a 220 millimeter disc. This is a chain drive. The rear shock is preload adjustable, which is on par for a beginner class sport bike. We have a really nice 5-inch TFT display. This bike has no miles. Fuel indicator, which is really nice in this price category. You have a temperature sensor, tachometer, and mile per hour. You can change that from what I'm told. So let's go into the menu real quick. We can change the style to that, back to classic styling, which I gotta be honest, I kind of like this dash layout a little bit better, and it does let you know that your side stands down as well. This is not a bad TFT. Now, from an ergonomic standpoint, I am 5'9" tall, but throwing a leg at 5'9", you have a quite comfortable position. I have a 30-inch inseam. I am pretty much flat-footed. This little section has a little bit of a hill this way. Gotta be honest with you, I love the seat position. Foot position, right in line. Man, this is this is surprisingly good rider position. But anybody who's watched the channel before knows I just love to ride bikes, and I'm gonna gear up and take this out on the road. Let's get a little sound check before we head out. All right, a little acceleration. There's 62. It's quite comfortable. The rider's seat is pretty comfy. It's got a nice plush position. I am pushed all the way back into the back of the passenger seat, which is awful, as I said, kind of the first little walk around. But again,
If I had this bike, I'm not taking a passenger. I'm just not. Because it's not the bike for me for that purpose. If I want to take a passenger, I'm going to buy something a little bit different. To be perfectly honest with you. The suspension, it's pretty good. This road is incredibly bumpy. It really is. It's incredibly bumpy. It's not very good at all. You can feel them, but they're not overwhelming. I've ridden a lot worse. You know, the suspension's not super stiff. So I'm quite good. I'm quite comfortable with that. Would it be nice if it was fully adjustable? Sure, absolutely it would. But on that same token, you can't have everything. You just can't. There's a decent amount of vibration in the foot peg. It's worth noting. I can also feel a little bit of vibration in the handlebars. And that's at 5,250 right now. It's a quite comfortable position. It's not as aggressive as I expected it to be. I really did expect a lot more of an aggressive riding position. It is more aggressive than the Ninja 400 though. That is, you know, that's a fact. Not quite 100 miles an hour. Not quite. It's very beginner friendly, to be honest. I find this very beginner friendly. Is it more beginner friendly than the Ninja 400? No, it's not. The Ninja 400 is a little bit more upright. I think you're about right here on the Ninja 4. The riser position is a little bit more on the handlebars. But again, it really comes down to what, you know, what do you want, what are you getting for the price? And versus the Ninja 400, this bike is giving you a lot. It really is. You got a nice TFT display. You have Brembo front brakes. You have an inverted front fork. You have a better suspension than the Ninja 4. You have a better suspension than the Ninja 5 because the Ninja 5 is just the Ninja 4 with a 452cc engine. I have heard people complain about this bike from a service interval standpoint. This does have a 3,000 mile oil change service interval, which, okay, it's 750 less than the Ninja, you know, so, but for me as an older rider, I've always kind of changed my oil at 3,000 miles. On the Aprilia RSV4, I was changing oil at 2,500. Just because, yeah, I don't want to freaking mess up the bike, so I might as well just change the oil all the time. I'm not against doing service on a bike. It's, you know, honestly, I wish I was out here in the summer, but we are in the dead of winter right now. It's not that cold. It's only 48 degrees, but it is early February. And I don't know what's on the road. I don't know what's, you know, so I'm not diving in as much as I would like to be honest with you. Honestly, I'd love to be doing about 80 right now around these curves. But again, when you don't know what's in the road, better to be safe than sorry. Because the last thing I want to do is high side or low side the bike. brakes are solid. Full throttle. Man. 3, 2, 1. Is not slow. It is not slow by any means. It's oh boy. Honestly, I really like this bike. I really do. For a beginner, this bike is great. It's like, man, oh man. We were talking about service intervals. This bike has a 24,000 mile valve check. The Ninja is 16. So what? The only thing I gotta do is change the oil more often, which honestly, if you really like your bike, just do the service. No lie, if you take care of a bike, it will last quite a long time just by doing regular service. This bike's got plenty of power for the street, fully adjustable brake and clutch levers, really fancy TFT display, and it's actually a nice one. You know, in this price category at $56,999 MSRP before all the other costs and things like that. It's just really, really good. It's a great little beginner bike. It really is. Roughly 2 parking spots. Again, there's, you know, a little bit of rocks in the road there. So, man. '24 CFMoto 450SS. It looks really nice in black with the red. Really does. Really nice sound too. I mean, with such a contentious beginner bike market, and honestly the beginner bike market is getting so good now, you are seeing such amazing bikes in this price category that it's just going to keep getting better and better and better, not only for beginner riders but for riders that are more experienced, that want a bike that they can really hammer on and really move forward with it. This bike is really good, and can easily shift a GP shift for track if you like, which is nice. That way you don't have to buy additional rear sets or anything like that. You can just switch it over. For those that don't know, that GP shift is, instead of 1 down, it's actually 1 up, then down to go to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It just reverses the shifting pattern, which is really, it's very useful on track. It's got ABS. It's Jesus. Yeah, I like this more than even I liked the 450 NK, because I'm kind of more of a sport bike kind of guy than a naked bike kind of guy. Even as I've gotten older, I still love sport bikes. So yeah, if you are around anywhere where you can try a 450SS, I suggest doing it. If you're a new rider and you want to get into riding, man, this is not a bad option. It really isn't. I think it's better than the Ninja 4, And honestly, for the price, I think it's going to be better than Ninja 5 too. But when I get a Ninja 5, I'll make a video on that too. Alright, everybody. Love everybody. Stay safe. If you haven't, like, subscribe, do all the things. Greatly appreciate it. See you in the next one.